How big of a step forward is this cooperation in improving U.S.-Turkey relations, and how much did both sides have to compromise to get here?
Well, Andrea, the Turkish Foreign Minister, Mevlut Cavusoglu, is saying that this development is important for restoring relations between Turkey and the United States. Some of the demands that Turkey has been putting forward for some time have been agreed by the United States. For example, Turkey has been saying that the YPG, which is the Syrian branch of the PKK terrorist group, needs to be disarmed. The United States has agreed to that. Turkey has been saying that the YPG needs to be shifted to the east of Euphrates River. The US has also agreed to that. And after that, after this shift, Turkey has been saying that Manbij, that has been in the past predominantly Arab, and the YPG had forcefully changed demographics there. Turkey has been saying that those demographics need to be restored and a local administration needs to be put in place that represents the local people. The US has agreed to that as well. So the demands that Turkey had put forth have been agreed. Of course, one of the demands that is perhaps raising some eyebrows here in Ankara that hasn't been met yet is that Turkey has been saying that the YPG is the Syrian branch of the PKK terrorist group. It is a terrorist organization, and there should be no sort of collaboration or cooperation between this terrorist organization and any allies of Turkey. Now, Turkey has also made it clear that the cooperation and this roadmap will be extended to other areas as well, and Ankara has said that it's not going to impact the other initiatives Turkey is taking, for example, with Russia.
But Hasan, quickly, I mean, can you clarify, has the U.S. turned its back on the YPG then? Because earlier it seemed they were digging in their heels and committing to the YPG as a U.S. ally.
Well, the US certainly seems to have taken a turn on its level of support to the YPG. It's not recognizing the YPG as a terrorist organization at this point in time, but it certainly agreed for the YPG to withdraw to the east of Euphrates. And the Turkish foreign minister had said that this roadmap will be extended to Raqqa and to Kobani and to other areas where there is a threat to Turkey from YPG and its terrorist allies. So it seems the US has changed its position on that. But of course, there are some other issues that will be discussed in the coming days as well.
Okay, Hasan, thanks so much for that. Let's talk now to TRT World reporter Oubai Shahbander, who can join us from Gaziantep. Hi, Oubai. Clarify it for us. Help us understand how this agreement actually changes dynamics on the ground on the Turkey-Syria border.
Well, this could be potentially a major shift in American policy. As you know, the contested city of Manbij has long been a sore point of contention between the United States and Turkey. For well over 3 years, the U.S. military has built a very close and proximate relationship with the YPG, training this force and giving them arms and a variety of support. And of course, the YPG being considered and the Syrian offshoot of the PKK, this has been a very sore point in the strategic partnership between Turkey and the United States. Now, the first stage of this agreement between the U.S. and Turkey will have the YPG forces in Manbij disarming and removing themselves from the city, to include removing the political administration that the YPG has established in Manbij, a puppet administration that is beholden to the YPG in this contested city. Now, why is Manbij so important? This is a strategic city that controls the gateway into the rest of the Raqqa countryside in eastern Syria, and it's important to control the city on the west side of the Euphrates River Valley in order to prevent the re-emergence of Daesh. So holding the city is going to be crucial to establishing an area of control in northern Syria and to prevent extremists from re-emerging from the areas where they have been defeated.
Right. Let's talk more than quickly about where the YPG will actually go. Cavusoglu said Turkey will not accept the group relocating further east. So how will Turkey prevent that? And could that actually put Turkey at odds with the United States again?
Well, this announcement that this joint U.S.-Turkey agreement in Manbij could also be applied to other parts of eastern Syria, specifically on the eastern part of the Euphrates River Valley, was also potentially a major shift here. The YPG, the majority of the areas along the eastern Euphrates River Valley, the YPG controls, are majority Arab and well outside the areas of where the YPG has initially held its areas of control. So in order to use this Manbij model and apply it to other parts of Syria on the eastern side of the river valley in the Euphrates River, which could potentially be Raqqa and other majority Arab towns and villages, could be a major shift. Now, where will the YPG go? That's still undecided. What we do know is that the YPG forces are still fighting alongside U.S. Special Forces operators and Marines in eastern Syria. So it's still going to be a point of contention in the future on whether or not the Manbij model, if it is indeed successful on the west side of the Euphrates River Valley, can be successfully implemented at the Arab majority areas on the eastern side of the river.